Okay, in this video we're going to take a look at section 2.2, number 79. Here it gives us a point and wants us to find the six trigonometric functions. So the point given here is 2, comma, negative 3. So that means that the x value is 2 and the y value is negative 3. So we could just go to our Cartesian plane. One thing I want you to keep in mind, this particular one it's not the unit circle, so we don't know what the radius is. Okay, but we have some point 2, negative 3. We can still make a right triangle from it though, and we could solve for the radius. So here, y is negative 3 and x is 2, and we will have to find the length of the radius, which we'll call r. So remember we have the Pythagorean theorem. It says c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Well, here c squared is going to be our radius squared. And then a squared, we'll call it 2. So we'll have 2 squared plus b squared, which we'll call negative 3 squared. Okay. So here we have r squared equals 4 plus 9. Or r squared equals 13. So if I want to solve for r, I take the square root of both sides and get that r equals the square root of 13. Okay. Now we want to find our six trigonometric functions. So let's take a look at sine. So sine of theta is going to be our y, but now it's going to be over the radius, right? Before in the unit circle, our radius was 1, so this was just y. But this is going to be negative 3 over the square root of 13. But you can't have radical in the denominators to rationalize or multiply top and bottom by the square root of 13. Those are going to cancel out. I'm sorry. These are going to become 13 on bottom, and it's going to be negative 3 square root of 13. Okay. Cosine theta. So here we're going to have x over r, which again is going to be 2 over square root of 13. Again, rationalize the denominator, multiply top and bottom by square root of 13. And that's going to give us 2 square root of 13 over 13. Okay. So for tangent theta, this is going to be sine over cosine. So we'll have negative 3 root 13 over 13. And then remember, we're divided by fractions, so we want to flip these. This 13 is going to come up top, and then we'll have 2 root 13 on bottom. Okay. And here, 13 is going to cancel out. Square root of 13 is going to cancel out, which is going to get negative 3 over 2. Okay. Extend the page. So for cosecant theta, this is going to be 1 over sine, which is going to become r over y. So in this case, we're going to have square root of 13 over negative 3. Okay. For secant theta, we're going to get 1 over cosine. So that's going to equal r over x. So this will become the square root of 13 over 2. And then for cotangent, this is going to be 1 over tangent which is end up being x over y. So that's going to be 2 over negative 3. Or negative 2 over 3. Okay. So there you have your 6 trigonometric functions given the point 2, negative 3 on a circle. Again, the important thing to remember here is this is not the unit circle, so we have to solve for the radius and then apply our 6 trigonometric functions. Thanks.